So, short beginner video about batteries. First of all, should I use the battery that comes with my airsoft gun? Is it a LiPo-Battery? Probably no. If it is one, try it. Most of the time batteries coming with guns are really bad. So even if it is a LiPo-Battery, it could be that the vendor just decided it's a small battery and we have a great stock and we can't sell it and we will pack it with some kind of bundle with the gun. So probably a shitty one. But okay, now as I know I will need a LiPo-Battery. Which kind of LiPo-Battery do I need? In fact, most airsoft guns from today will take 11.1 LiPo-Batteries. The question is, how long will they take 11.1 LiPo-Batteries? The short answer, if you have no MOSFET, I will explain MOSFETs on another video. It depends on how much semi-auto you're shooting. If you're shooting a lot of semi-auto, probably the switch will burn out after a few thousand shots. There are exceptions, and it depends a little bit on how much of the actual voltage will get to the switch. So if you have fuse, if you have any adapters and stuff, all this will give some kind of resistance, and then there will a lower voltage on your motor and your switch as there could be. So whatever, if you have a MOSFET, you can probably use 11.1 batteries. If your gun gives you lower FPS on full auto on a significant level, like you have, I don't know, 400 FPS on semi and then it drops to 350, then you definitely should not use 11.1 battery. Then the gun shoots too fast and the piston is grabbed too early and gets on cycling again. This can definitely hurt your gun a lot, and it may cause your piston jamming on the end of the gearbox and everything will stop and you will have to disassemble it and probably switch out some parts. If the FPS is not dropping, you're absolutely fine. Also, most good airsoft guns with decent motors are absolutely fine with a 7.4 battery. And I would really recommend you to use 7.4 if your gun works with them, because you can have more capacity. So capacity, next thing. This is the thing that's stated on milliamp hours on the battery. Most of the airsoft batteries have about 1200 milliamps or 1400, 1500, whatever. They come in different shapes, like block types, triple types, stick types, all this stuff. And the most efficient way, energy-wise, is to use a block type. If you have a block type with a decent milliamps level, you will have a very strong battery, because not only the voltage but also the milliamps and the C rating, the third thing you find on your battery normally, depend the amount of energy that your motor can drain from this battery. So if you have a high C rating, this means your battery can give you a real burst on energy for your motor, which is nice if you're shooting a lot of semi-auto. In fact, and this is something I should tag in this video, if you have a lower energy battery like a 7.4 LiPo, this does not mean your gun will shoot lower FPS. So energy from your battery does not equal energy from your muzzle, because the spring that is compressed is always the same thing. Anyway, there may be cases in which your battery choice will some kind have an influence on your FPS, cause sometimes your gun cycles a little bit different. Like if you have an high energy output, your motor gives an high speed cycle, and it will maybe cycle a little too much, and then you may have another energy output than if it would cycle properly to the point. Anyway, the next shot will come faster, because maybe if you have a little bit overspin, your piston is always a little bit more back from the start on. Anyway, there are a few things about LiPos that are very, very important. First of all, you don't drain them completely. If you feel your gun is shooting slower with the LiPo-Battery, you stop shooting, you get to the next battery, and you charge the old one. Because LiPo-Batteries have a decent energy level, just close to the point where they are really, really empty. And this is a problem, because if you empty a LiPo-Battery too much, it may be possible that you can't recharge it, and the battery will be damaged. So I would recommend you to just buy 2 or 3 batteries and then just change them if you can, like after half a day. If it's cold outside, the battery will get drained a lot faster. So you may need an additional battery if you have a cold day. Normally, just to give it a rough number, you can say, okay, I can shoot at least the milliamps on BBs. So if you have 1500 milliamps, you should at least be able to shoot 1500 BBs. On full auto, you will be able to shoot more BBs than on semi. Why is it? Because every time you're shooting semi, your motor needs starting energy. If a motor starts from the point 0, it will need more energy than to just cycle away. Like your car starting, and if it's a little bit cold and your car starts and it needs the first few kilometers a little bit more from your fuel. So a LiPo-Battery, and this is the last point, is a little bit dangerous if you thread it roughly. So you don't sit on a LiPo-Battery, you just don't kick it around, you just don't throw it in your bag and forget about it. You have to be a little bit careful. You don't drain too much energy, you just don't pull on the cables, you always grab the plugs and get them off another or onto another, but you never grab the cables and try to pull the LiPo battery out of your gun or something like that. You will definitely damage the battery. And LiPo batteries store a shitload of energy if you have a good one. So it's possible to burn them. And if they burn, boy, they burn. So please, 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 please be fucking careful. And then you should be able to use LiPo batteries a really, really long time. If possible, charge them when you are around. If possible, charge them on a surface that will not catch fire. So you're not charging your LiPo battery in your bed, like you wouldn't smoke there, I hope. Anyway, you don't charge them in the garage where you can't look over them. And if, and this is a little pro tip, you drained a little bit too much energy and you have a good charger, you can change the setting from LiPo to the old one, like nickel cadmium bullshit, and without the balance cable it will be possible to just give it a little bit of power to get it over this point where the LiPo charger will accept the LiPo battery. So if you've done that, you and you stay there and you look at it all the time if you do this, and after that, like 2-3 minutes of charging with the wrong program, you replug the balance cable, you get to the LiPo setting, and you do a proper balance charge. Most of these LiPo good LiPo chargers are able to do like balance charge, storage, fast charge and stuff, and you don't fast charge then. You level your cells. This is really, really important. LiPo batteries have like 2 cells, 3 cells most of the time. Each cell has 3.7 volt, and together, yeah, they have like 7.4, 11.1, and these cells need to be leveled. So if you have one cell that is empty way before the other one, the empty cell will be drained to death, and then your LiPo battery won't charge again because one cell is dead. That's it. Very easy. On battery types, I just mentioned you have stick types, butterfly types, triple sticks, all this stuff. The most efficient thing is a block type. The next one is a stick type, a normal one for an M4 stock tube. After that, you have the long stick types for the AK dust covers. And then you have all this triple sticks, double sticks, whatever, efficiency wise. So if you're able to use a stick type, do not use a triple stick type. If you are able to use a butterfly one, don't use wait, a butterfly one isn't good. Yeah, if you're able to use a block type, don't use anything else. Anyway, most of these will be fine. Did I mention that it's very, very important to find batteries that are actually good? Sounds a little bit stupid, but there are a lot of, like a shit ton of very, very bad Chinesium batteries on the market. And they are all labeled with cool brand names and stuff, and you think, okay, yeah, I'm gonna buy this, whatever. Ask the other guys on the field which batteries are nice if you're new. You can probably buy Specna Arms, Gens Ace, whatever. But don't trust your Amazon LiPo-Battery. It will be quite shitty most of the time. You need a high C rating, you need as much as milliamps you can get, and that's it. But they are fucking lying. So if you are lucky, you get the C rating that's on your battery, and if you're lucky, you get the milliamps that are stated on your battery. But most of the time everything is a little bit lower than that. And sometimes it's a lot lower than that. And this shit. And if you're asking someone who does model flying or drone flying or whatever, they can tell you which battery is a good one. Cause if you're flying, this is a lot more important. So if you're able to get your batteries from a model supply, so if you get a battery for a modeling car with 11.1 volts, it may be probably a good one. Okay, so we got everything. Just don't treat your lipos like shit and you will be fine. And ask the buddies on the field which ones are good ones. And do not use these shitty old ones that come with the gun. Don't believe the myth that all LiPo batteries will explode. They won't, if you don't treat them shitty. And get a proper charger. That's it. Have a nice day.
Hello there. General Kenobi.